Good afternoon, everyone. We had some technical difficulties getting live here. So it's Andy Hudson, Incentive Concepts. We're going to wait a few minutes to get this show started because we were having some technical difficulties getting live streamed here. So just sit tight. I'm going to go ahead and put that intro video on again here, and we'll get started in about 1 minute. Okay, folks? All right, folks, we are live. We are rolling with it. Incentive Concepts Live. About 1 out of every 10 episodes, we have some technical difficulties. So our number is up for today, but I'm Andy Hudson. It looks like we got everybody on and we're in great shape here. So welcome to Incentive Concepts Live. It's a beautiful day here in northern Minnesota, which is the Incentive Concepts Live World Headquarters is on the road this weekend. Shout out to Benedictine in Duluth, where my wonderful cousin Dina Boheim is the director of marketing. She's letting me use an office here in her space while I'm traveling for family. So shout out to her. I had to give her a shout out. And with that, let's welcome our guests. Let me bring everybody on here with Incentive Concepts. We have Mike Reinberg, and we also have, he's going to kind of introduce our special guest for today. Mike, how's it going?
Great, Andy. Nothing like a little adrenaline to kick off a live episode. Makes it fun, but no, this is great. Thanks for setting this up.
Well, I appreciate it. And can you give us a little intro of who we're going to be spending some time with today?
Yeah. This is an exciting day for Incentive Concepts. We really think we found a winner here with Cangshan Cutlery. Our national sales manager, VP Sales, Kevin Hagan, actually had a relationship for a number of years through industry, being around the industry and on his retail side too. Has known the gentleman named Todd Myers that is our new national sales manager from Cangshan Cutlery. Todd was with a competitor in the past, and then recently came over to Cangshan, and we've gotten to know him and gotten a great introduction and education on the knife and cutlery industry, and it's been a great experience so far. We're really excited. We think we're on the inside track here with a winner. So Todd, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. Can you give us a background and introduction?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Hey, thanks, Mike and Andy, for hosting us. And my name's Todd Myers. I'm with Cangshan Cutlery. We're really excited to be exclusive partners with Incentive Concepts. And this is a new partnership. I've been in the cutlery game, premium industry for 24 years. So super excited to be working with Cangshan and to kick this new partnership off. So thank you.
Great. Thank you, Todd. And you've really delivered for us. Like I said, the setup of the brand has been just flawless. Everyone was so impressed with the internal training we did. You helped put together a great presentation, but it's an outstanding high quality product, and the features of it in just a short amount of time, like I said, I've learned a lot about it, but also delivered with a special guest today, celebrity chef Danielle Malfitano, also known as Chef D. Malfi, joining us from Honolulu. Daniela, can you give us an introduction?
I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me here today, Cangshan and Incentive Concepts. This is going to be really fun. I'm going to be showcasing one of the 27 patented designs from Cangshan. Today I'm going to be actually showcasing and using the TS series knives to whip up an amazing seasonal summer fruit salad. It is going to be really good. And I'm telling you, it's going to be good because I've been smelling this juicy pineapple ripening in my studio for about 4 days, and it is primed and ready. So I can't wait to dig into that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Daniela, and thanks so much for joining us. By the way, we always try to do a little poll for people that are watching. So I want to know, what was the last thing that you chopped, sliced, or cut in your kitchen with a kitchen knife? Now, for me, yeah, I want to hear what the viewers say. Okay, we're going to see what you got going on, Daniela. But for me, I chopped up some red onions the other night. I did some bratwursts since I'm up in northern Wisconsin, and I boiled them in beer with some red pepper flakes, a little garlic, salt and pepper, and of course, some chopped onions. So that's what I did. Mike, have you chopped anything, sliced anything recently, or?
Oh, the usual chicken nuggets and broccoli for the kids. But after, spending time with Todd and learning about it, I'm doing it properly now at the right angle, sharpen the blades the right way. So I'm doing it better than ever, more efficiently than ever. Kids appreciate it.
So put it in the comments. We want to hear what you used a knife for most recently. So Todd, what did you use a knife for most recently?
Well, the Tuscan melons just came into season at Costco, and they're outstanding. So we're cutting a lot of those up.
All right, perfect. Daniela, you've cut a lot of things. You probably do that all the time. So you're going to do some stuff for us. But Todd, why don't we come back to you real quick? And can you kind of give us an overview of Cangshan Cutlery and kind of the company and your role?
Yeah, happy to do that. I work in sales with Cangshan. And like I said, I've been in the industry 24 years. And Cangshan Cutlery is pretty new to the space. I mean, we've less than 7 years. And what's really fascinating is they've had such a passion, and that's kind of our story, this passion for beautiful function. So we wanted to create knives that had great design and innovation with premium quality materials. So really the best quality in the world, but wanted them to be accessible in price. So we're making knives all over the world, Japan, Zolingen, Germany, China, and we're super excited about that.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Daniela, tell us a little bit more about yourself as far as what you do here with Cangshan, or just in your personal or professional life as well.
Yeah, well, this is my mob studio. I actually just moved to Hawaii last week. I'm a California girl. And so the last thing that I sliced open was a California avocado. Yes, I did find it in Hawaii. And what I do regularly is I teach an online cooking show that is weekly called Plant-Based Made Easy. And it's helping people that are wanting to make plants and plant-powered food more of a priority on their plate, how to get healthy and how to thrive with plant foods. And so I'm really excited about it. I've been doing it for a year. And when I'm not doing that, you can find me on the Disney stage as the host of the Food and Wine Festival. And I am writing cookbooks. So I have several cookbooks that I have available, 8 hard copies, as well as 12 digital cookbooks, one every single month. And that's what I love to do.
Fantastic. And we're going to put in the chat, we're going to put a link to maybe where they can find out more information to your website. Okay. And people have been putting in the chat what they've most recently cut up. So we had onions for burgers on Sunday from Dan Bull. So he and I are the onion guys. We're probably both crying at each other with that. Debbie Williams, strawberries for shortcake. She's a good chef, so we might have to try that, Mike. And Aaron Cook, a mango. And then Michelle Berkla, who works for us, homegrown tomatoes and cucumbers from her garden. So good for them. We got some healthy stuff going on there besides the shortcake. All right, cool. So what's next, Danielle? Let's get you going here, and why don't you just get started? Give us what you got here, and then maybe Todd, you can talk about the knives she's using as she starts using them. How's that sound?
Sounds great. I'm going to
Nice,
just
go
jump
for
in and talk about the knife that I'm holding here, because this one's really exceptional. I've used a lot of the Cangshan knives, but this one right here in the Cangshan Cam Overhead is the amazing TS series. Now, this is the 8-inch chef's knife, which I absolutely love. But the cool thing about Cangshan knives is that it really blends Eastern and Western design. And what you get is this combination of sleek, slim, easy to use knives that you can use for a lifetime. And I really like it in particular because I'm a lady and so I have smaller hands, and this feels really comfortable in my palm. All right, so I'm going to show you just how simple and efficient this knife is to use. And I'm going to break down a pineapple and a mango, and then I'm going to mince up, or chiffonade, which is a really fancy term for just dicing or mincing herbs. Okay. And I'll talk about the knives as we go along, but I also want to talk about knife technique, and I want to talk about the food, my favorite thing. So let's start with the base of our fruit salad. I like to add a flavor agent to whatever it is that I'm cooking. So for this recipe in particular, I'm going to use mint as my flavor agent. Okay, so you can see I have fresh mint. Look how gorgeous this is, right? It's really vibrant. This is at the peak of its season right now during summer. The best way to hold this is actually in a vase or a glass with water. And then you can put this in your refrigerator. And I'm telling you, when you keep fresh herbs in a vase or cup of water, it's going to last up to 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks long. It will stay super vibrant and very green in the fridge, just like this. All right. So that's how I like to store it. And I'm going to start with herbs. So because my cutting board is dry right now and I want to keep it dry, right? The goal is, let's get my flavor agents minced and ready to go, and then we'll start to break down the pineapple and the mango and any other juicy fruit that we use. So first things first with the mint, I'm going to grab a little here, and I'm going to just pull it off. I like to literally just kind of like pull it away from the stem. I'd get a little stem, that's okay. And then what I'm going to show you how to do is chiffonade. You guys know this French term for mincing herbs. It's called chiffonade. And really what it means is, the definition is little ribbons. So I'm going to create some little ribbons. Just need a little bit more mint here. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my mint. You can do this with basil. You can even do this with cilantro and parsley as well. And I'm just going to grab it and I'm going to like kind of roll it up. Now for larger leaves like basil leaves, you can actually stack them. For mint, just kind of roll it up. You see how I have like a nice bundle here? Now, here's where a really sharp knife comes in handy. I'm going to use the TS series here. This is super sharp, and so it's not going to require anything but a simple rock motion. So watch me. I'm going to do what is called the bear claw. So I have my hand here and my fingers that are going to, the tops of my fingers are going to touch the side of the blade here, and that's the bear claw. And that's going to keep the fingertips really safe. And then what I'm going to do is just rock this back and forth as I'm moving my finger or my claw away. And it's literally a rock back. That's it. What you end up with are really gorgeous little ribbons. Super simple, right? I mean, really easy to do. And this is going to make your fruit salad explode with flavor. Really going to be nice. I'm going to throw this right in, and you can add anything that you want. It doesn't even have to be mint. You can even add basil to your fruit salad.
Excellent, excellent. And while you're putting that in the bowl there, Todd, she talked about how sharp that knife is. How do you maintain your knives and make sure they stay very sharp?
Yeah, well, so we put a 16-degree angle on that knife, and the steel, we use a lot of Swedish steel, which you can actually make it harder than a lot of the German steels. So what happens with a knife is, if you can picture a picket fence, is when you use it, microscopic teeth start to bend over and you need to hone and maintain. The best way is to use a honing steel, and I recommend that on the board, and you're trying to get to 16 degrees. So if that's perpendicular, 90, 45, half of that, a little more. So it's almost the handle's touching the heel of the handle, the knife, and you're just cutting down and through the steel. And you'll see a lot of chefs like Danielle, they'll do it like this or even come towards themselves, but I don't recommend that. But anyway, with a really good knife in this Swedish steel, it's harder. So the edge lasts way longer than German steels. And then when it is time to maintain, they are easy to maintain.
Okay. And how often do you recommend sharpening a knife like that?
Every 4 or 5 times of usage, I will take it on a honing steel briefly, just a few times each side. And you can keep an edge. If you cut on a soft surface, don't put them in the dishwasher, don't hit anything hard. You can keep a sharp edge for a couple of years before you need to have them professionally sharpened, or you yourself can remove a little steel to kind of put a new edge on.
Okay. Our good friend Tom typed in that he's always slicing up garlic, always garlic, he said. So that's Tom. And Mark Wunderlich limes. So he must have some limes for his margaritas or something, Mike. What do you think?
I think so. A few Coronas,
Okay.
maybe.
All right, Coronas, right. All right, back to you, Chef. Let's see. Let's keep going here. What you got
All
for
right.
us?
So talking about that full tang steel, I want to say that this is the Swedish Sandvik steel. And this is, like Todd just mentioned, this is going to last 5 times longer than German steel, okay? The cool thing about Cangshan, though, is that they do produce knives that are both Swedish steel, German steel, and Japanese. And all of their knives are produced in a beautiful warehouse in China. But I just want to mention, I really like the Swedish alloy steel because it is super strong. And I'm telling you, really strong. I use knives all the time, all day, every day, right? But this really will keep its edge. It has wonderful edge retention. And I'm going to show you just how wonderful it is right now, because I'm going to get into a juicy mango. So let's get into it. I have a heat mango here. This is looking beautiful. Dry it off. It makes it a little bit safer to slice into, so it's not super wet, right? Now, you can actually peel this before you actually get into it, but I am just gonna slice the edges so that my peel actually has something to grip onto, right? And then, you can use any fruit for fruit salad, but I like to keep it really seasonal. I don't know what's available right now where you're at, Andy and Mike, but for me, it's definitely juicy mango and juicy pineapple. And I think I'll do half of this. So what I'm just going to do is showcase how to pull it away from the seed. So I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to hold it with my palm, and I'm literally just going to follow it around the seed. You can feel it.
Oh, looks like your camera went off there. That's okay. We'll put you back on here.
There we go.
It's okay.
All right, I'm gonna go for it. I'm pulling it around the seed. There we go. And that's it. Now I can just watch how like buttery, soft, and sleek this blade runs through the flesh of this mango. Like so simple. I'm gonna show you again. Now this is the trick. It's a sharp knife when things don't really stick to the blade. Yeah, sometimes it does if it's really wet or juicy, but this is such a sharp blade that everything's gonna fall right off. See how simple that is?
Looks fantastic. Your camera got a little 90 degrees off on us there, Chef, which happens, no problem. But let's go back over to Todd now. And she's been using this wonderful chef's knife, if I said that right. But that's an important one to have. But what are like the 3 most important knives to have in everybody's kitchen?
Absolutely. Let's start with that one, the chef knife. That's considered the work knife in the kitchen. You can do a lot of chopping, mincing, and dicing with that knife. And you also saw that she had the pinch grip, which is 3 fingers on the handle and pinched on the steel. And that's where you get full benefit from a well-balanced knife. And Cangshan knives are balanced perfectly, the 8-inch chefs. So that's one, is the 8-inch chef. A second most important knife in the kitchen is a paring knife. Any task requiring close control, culling strawberries, coring the top of a tomato, paring knife. And then the third most important blade shape in the kitchen is something with a scalloped edge, these little points. So they're made for piercing, and you can slice tomatoes with a bread knife. And it's not the motion of pushing down, it's the saw motion. And you can cut thin slices of tomato, bread, limes, lemons, any fruits or vegetables with skins. And I would say, if you have those 3 blade shapes, you can do many tasks in the kitchen.
All right, wonderful. And by the way, folks, Todd and Cangshan was very generous to donate a set of knives today for our viewers. So you can put your name into an entry to win a set of knives. We'll tell you exactly a little bit more about those knives here in a minute. But let's get back over to Chef here and see what the next step is. Chef?
Yeah, I wanted to just showcase my little sheath here. You were just talking about it, Todd. I just love it so much that I want to show you. This is made from ash wood. It's a half open magnetic sheath, and I really like it because not only does it keep your blade super sharp, but it's really going to protect your knife, and it is a very strong magnet, so you can actually put this right on your refrigerator or anywhere there's a magnet in your kitchen, and you've got a place to hold your knife. And it comes with the paring knife as well as the chef knife, which I really love.
Wonderful. And what's really cool about this is, since we were having live stream issues and stuff, we get to hear the people blowing your lawn over, out there too, but that's okay. Hey, no worries. No worries. Let's keep going here.
Real life. What can I say, right? Yeah. All right. So now I want to just dive into this delicious pineapple. Let me show you how I can slice into this really easily. First things first, I'm going to put some gloves on because it's going to make it very simple and easy and safer to hold the pineapple, but also it's going to help me with this trick. Now, did you know that you can actually start to break down a pineapple by literally removing the crown by twisting it off? So you can watch me in the overhead Cangshan cam here. I'm going to twist it off, and this comes right off. Now, you can use this to decorate your fruit tray or your platter, which I will do. And now I'm going to use my chef's knife to actually go down the pineapple, and you can see, watch this. Look at how so easy that is. It will fall off the core of the pineapple. That's how sharp this knife is, and that's how simple it is to use. It didn't require any pressure for me at all to do that. So I'm going to place this here on my plate, and then what I'm going to do is actually peel this pineapple. And I like to use my knife, my chef's knife, for this. You can also use the paring knife if you're more comfortable with that. Whatever you do, just make sure you have a good grip on your piece of fruit. And the cool thing about these knives in particular, any of the patented designs from Cangshan, is that you can actually know that you don't have to apply a lot of pressure because they have such great edge retention. So it really doesn't matter what you're slicing or dicing. It could be a root vegetable, could be a juicy piece of fruit, could be a piece of turmeric, just like this, which you could add to your fruit salad, or ginger. All of it is going to be easily sliced and diced using any of the Cangshan knives. And then I'm just going to really make a small dice here because I want it to be a tiny, juicy bit of pineapple. And I want to match the size of all the ingredients we're using. So I want to match the pineapple pieces to the mango pieces. Turn this here. And now I can get a small dice.
Man, that looks delicious. Mike, I wish my breakfast looked that delicious, or even my lunch. I'm afraid that I kind of went a little not so healthy today. Mike, anything to add here as you're watching this?
I love the sounds I'm hearing as she's cutting it with such ease. You can just tell how sharp it is, and just the quality of it. Todd always talks about, the cake mix that the metal comes from. They talk about Swedish or German, but that's what makes it so special, and that it's award-winning stuff. We've in our presentations and everything we'll be sending out, we're going to feature the Red Dot Design Awards that they've won, the Housewares Awards that they've won, and the German Housewares Industry Awards that they've won. So apparently that's the standard. So we're learning a lot. I'm taking notes, and as I make the fruit salad for the kids in the morning, I'm picking up a lot of good tidbits. I'm sure they'll appreciate them.
All right, cool. And speaking of awards, Todd, can you talk a little bit about some of those awards? I think maybe Oprah may have done something too, or?
Yeah, it was one of Oprah's favorite things last year. We've been recognized in many publications, but for a cutlery company that's been around less than 7 years, we've won 31 global design awards. I mean, it's just unheard of in the housewares industry. And it speaks to our commitment to not only the quality of the knife, the tool, the functionality of it, but to our design, the blocks that we make, the storage, the magnetic, walnut sheath that Chef just showed us. So it's every detail that we look at in design and function is just wonderful, and it's been recognized. So we're super grateful for the recognition.
Great. And you mentioned storage, and that's obviously crucial when you're dealing with really sharp knives. You don't want to reach in there and cut yourself. What are your recommendations for storing these wonderful knives, Todd?
Yeah, with a good knife, you do want to immobilize it. You want to protect the edge, but you also want to protect the hands reaching for it. So you don't want to throw them loosely in the drawer. If they're in the drawer, they need those blade guards. The traditional way is a knife block on the counter, but a magnet on the wall to immobilize the knife. And then, the last way is really an in-drawer tray, something where you can store your knives. It's like a block, but it goes in the drawer, and it's just easy and out of the way for people who don't have a lot of counter space. So very, very important to protect those edges.
Okay, for sure. And I'm sure, Chef, you have to make sure you keep all your sharp knives stored safely where you're at. Any other tips on storage or anything else about the knife care?
My favorite way to hold a knife is actually inside of some type of or on a magnet. Okay. Now that's for me because I'm going after my knives so frequently that I want it accessible. I want it front and center in my kitchen. But if you can find a nice heavy duty magnet to actually clip your knife onto, it's going to make it really easy to get to your knife right away. If you do have kids or you want them hidden in a drawer, that's great, but definitely have some sort of sheath or situation container that you can put them in. The other thing that I want to quickly mention is the maintenance of actually using your knife and aftercare. Now, I just sliced open a pineapple, which is a very acidic fruit. Make sure though, whatever you're slicing and dicing, make sure that you know that all stainless steel is going to actually create some sort of stain when it's immersed in liquid for a period of time. So you want to really wash and dry your knife. That's the most important thing, drying your knife right as soon as you use it. Okay, so try not to just keep this in the sink for too long. Wash it and dry it right away, and absolutely never ever put it in the dishwasher because that heat over time can really dull the blade.
Okay, sounds great. Let's keep going with the fruit salad. We want to be cognizant of people's time here. We did get started a little bit late, but let's get this fruit salad made up, and then we can see what it looks like.
So this is done. I'm just tossing it together now. I want a little bit of the mint, a little bit of the mango, and a little bit of the pineapple in every bite. And this looks phenomenal. I love that it's kind of speckled green here. If you wanted to garnish this up, like I said, you could use a little tiny mince of fresh turmeric. This is going to give you a lot of anti-inflammatory effects on the body. You literally would just use a grater or microplane to grate it right in, as well as some ginger if you want antiviral or fungal properties in your fruit salad. That's just going to give it a nice, delicious flavor. But this fruit salad is done. How does that look, you guys?
Looks fantastic. Mike, are you ready?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
We're
Very
gonna
impressive.
jump. We're gonna jump on a plane, Mike and I, and get to Honolulu and just save it for us. Put some wrap over it and save it for us.
Right.
You got it.
It looks fantastic. Mike, anything to add here?
Oh, just the education we're getting on this, all the informative tips on how to take care of these knives over time. Don't put them in the dishwasher. All the mistakes I've been making with my old brand that I'll be replacing here very soon with some very nice new Cangshan knives. I'm really excited about it. Chef Danielle, I mean, this has been awesome. Thank you so much. What a treat to have you today.
The pleasure was mine, truly. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it has been fantastic. And incentiveconcepts.com/function is where you can go and enter for a set of steak knives. Todd, can you tell us a little bit about this set of steak knives that people can enter to win at incentiveconcepts.com/function?
Absolutely. I would say it's our most premium series of knives, and it's a partnership with Thomas Keller that we have. If you're not familiar with Thomas Keller, he's a very decorated 7-star Michelin guy out in Napa that Henry Liu, our founder, partnered with. And they designed this knife. And it just so much attention to detail, but the 4-piece set is basically a magnetic lid to a walnut chest, and it has 4 steak knives in there. Fine edge steak knives, so you're going to slice the meat cleanly and not tear it. And it's beautiful, and they're wonderful.
That's a fantastic looking set. And just thinking about those slicing through steak makes me hungry, Mike.
Yeah. Some of the things that Todd pointed out, he just mentioned the fine edge, cutting through the meat, not tearing it apart and damaging it. That makes a big difference. So it's like I said, it's great to learn all this stuff. Thank you, Todd. And thank you for this partnership. We're again really excited about it. We're getting a lot of great feedback from people already who are excited to see what we're going to do.
Yeah, for sure. And we will be releasing launching the brand, Mike, over the course of the next days or week or so. maybe by the end of the month for sure, I would think. I don't want to put anybody on the spot there, but that's my understanding.
Oh, it's been a great rollout so far, and lots of content. Our reps are educated on everything now. The presentations are out there. This will be live, and pricing should be coming out before month's end.
Okay, fantastic. So stay tuned to your emails, folks, or just go to incentiveconcepts.com and look for the information on our blog post. For example, there'll be a great announcement there over the course of the next few days. incentiveconcepts.com/function is where you go to enter for that awesome Thomas Keller steak knife set. I might have to go over there and enter for myself. Can I draw my own name, Mike? Is that allowed? Or
Yeah, I was planning to do it myself. I wrote down /function.
no,
They look great.
No, we want our viewers to have the chance. By the way, Dan Bull said this is such good information, but also showing him how he doesn't do any of this correctly as far as cutting. So, Dan, you're welcome. That's thanks to Chef here. She gave us a great demo, and Todd, of course. Thanks. Sorry for the technical difficulties here getting going early, but there must be something in the water here. But the next episode is August 5th. We're going to go back to a Thursday schedule, August 5th, 2:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. I'll add a 50-50 shot there. And we're doing one of our unboxing challenges with our sales reps from the western part of the country, Marty Kaufman and Bobby Suseda. That should be a lot of fun. So make sure to join us for that. And make sure to stay tuned. Go to our brand page on our website. We'll have that information up about Cangshan very soon. Daniela, any closing thoughts, Chef?
Oh, you guys, I just want you to enjoy the rest of the summer. Eat a lot of good plant foods, fruits, vegetables. Enjoy yourself and thrive.
Thank you so much. And Todd, thanks as always. Maybe on my way back to St. Louis, I'll come swing by Minnie and check you out.
I'd love to see you. The last thing I want to say is a knife is the oldest tool to humankind. And if you get a good one and keep it sharp, you can have a lot more fun in the kitchen.
Fantastic. And Cangshan on their website says award-winning design, handcrafted precision, and beautiful function. I think we can all tell that that's the bee's knees here with this brand. So it's fantastic. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks for watching again. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but we just went with it. And everybody have a great week. We'll see you next time. Take care, folks.
Thank you.